Okay, so today we're going to be testing the effectiveness of this Hungarian steel helmet against a variety of calibers while it's strapped to this watermelon. We'll track the damage on the watermelon. It's already cracked along the back here, but it'll be rigged in the helmet like this. We'll be able to see what each caliber will do to the helmet and see if it reaches the watermelon. Okay, so we have a variety of calibers here. We got 22, 25, 9mm, 45, 30 carbine, 410, 12 gauge, and 223. We'll go in order, and I'll shoot them at a range of about 15 yards, and we'll see what the damage is. So the strap was too small for the watermelon, but I managed to duct tape it on there, and now he has a face. So let's get to shooting. So we're going to start small with a bolt action 22, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, the 22, it made a slight dent, mostly just chipped some paint, and the watermelon is pretty much, or absolutely untouched by the 22 LR. Next gun is a Beretta Model 21A in 25 Auto. Alright, so I did hit it with the 25 ACP quite a few times. I hit it here, here, and here. I'm not going to count the ones down here because obviously that isn't affected by the helmet. But you can see it made a smaller dent than the 22, and it didn't even take off as much paint. So 25 is pretty ineffective against this helmet. Next up is a Norinco Model 213 in 9mm. So as you can see, the 9mm hit about here. The dent is much deeper than the 22 LR, and it actually did ricochet off of it and left a pretty big trail of paint missing. So next up is the 45. Next up is a Springfield 1911 in 45 ACP. Okay, so as you can see, the watermelon is torn apart quite a bit. That's actually my fault. I kept missing the helmet. One of the shots hit the bottom of this brim and was directed into its face, causing it to explode like that. This is the actual one that hit the helmet. It did not go through and dented it very similarly to the 9mm. One of them actually went under the helmet and out the back. You can actually see it did go out the back, but I'm not going to count that because it penetrated, or I guess it came from the inside. This one hit the helmet where it was supposed to, and it did not go through. Next up is my National Postmeter M1 carbine. This is chambered in 30 carbine, and I don't think it'll actually go through the helmet, but I think it'll leave a pretty sizable dent. So our watermelon here is dead. The 30 carbine did go through the front, but it did not come out of the back. You can see right here, there's quite a large bulge, and you can actually, there's the projectile. It's full out here. But yes, the 30 carbine did go through the helmet, but it did not come out of the back of the helmet. Next we have the Stevens 311 in 410. I don't think this will even make a very sizable dent in the helmet. I'm shooting bird shot out of this one. So I did fire 2 shells out of that one. I don't think any of these you can see all the little bumps. I don't think any of these are actually dents. I think they just took the paint off. Next up is my custom Ithaca double barrel. I shortened it to 24 inches, put a new front sight on it, and Cerakoted it black. Well, it's more of a gloss black. It seems as though none of these actually did any damage as well. So the only bullet so far that has gone through this helmet is a 30 carbine, and it did not come out of the back here. It bulged the back. The 45 did punch through the back of the helmet, but it never touched the front of the helmet. It came up through. So next is the 223, and then I think we'll just dump out the rest of the ammo. Next up is my Psa Ar15 in 5.56/223. I'm shooting Wolf steel case 223 out of this. It has an EOTech 512 on it. As you can see, the 223 did, all of them went through. I don't believe any of them came out of the back. You might have seen towards the end there where it seemed like I was firing fully automatic. This is only semi-automatic. I was bump firing it. Since the 30 carbine was the closest to getting through the whole way, I am going to try one more. Actually, I'll finish off the magazine of 30 carbine and see if we can get one that goes through this helmet. Okay, so it seems like only one of the 30 carbine was actually able to make it through the back. That might actually be 2 bullet holes, I'm not quite sure. This is the 45 from the earlier, and this one kind of grazed the top of it. I don't know if I'd quite count that as going through the helmet. So these helmets seem to be effective pretty much up to 45, and any buckshot you can shoot, or not buckshot, birdshot you can shoot at them. 30 carbine, I wouldn't risk it. I think it would definitely, after 1 or 2 shots, go the whole way through into your brain. But it seems like for the most part, pistols will not get through this helmet. I picked this up for $15 at Coleman's. I'm not quite sure what the website is. I will link it in the description. And thank you guys so much for watching.